Hello, and welcome to this help and training video on the Data Dictionary tab. The Data Dictionary tab allows you to easily understand the amount of help text and descriptions that you have populated for fields within your Salesforce instance. It has two real purposes. Firstly, to allow you to mass update your field's description and help text after understanding where the gaps are. And then secondly, once those gaps are filled, you can create dictionaries of the fields users have access to. So on this screen, I'm looking at the account object, and the profile we're looking at is finance. We can select a combination of one profile and then multiple permission sets from over here to look at. But for this demo, we're just going to look at the finance profile and the account object. And this is saying that on the account object, there's a total of 36 fields, but this finance profile can only access 13. And then out of the 36 total fields, the help text is populated 4 times and the description is populated 4 times. And then in the fields that the finance profile can see, the help text is populated 3 out of 13 times and the description 3 out of 13 times. So these numbers tie into these percentages here, and it gives us an overview of where there's gaps in our documentation within Salesforce. So the first thing we might want to do is start updating these fields. So if we scroll down, we can see the 13 fields for the account object that the finance profile has visible to them, and their help text and descriptions, if there are any. This is a demo org, so the numbers here may be much lower than in a production org or of a real business. So if we click the edit button, you can see that the fields, descriptions, and help text become editable. The description is what we see as system administrators. It's the description of the field. And the first thing that we get taught when getting our certificates or trailheads is when you create a field to give it a description and help text. Otherwise, 6 months down the line, there may be new system admins or consultants coming and going, and people may be unsure what the fields do. So we can very quickly work through the different fields, updating the description and help texts. The value of being able to edit them en masse rather than having to go into each individual field is that you can work on it as a team. And the action might be something like, we don't think that we need the accounts facts anymore, but Susie is checking with the accounts team to see if needed. And then we also give you the ability to assign data sensitivity levels. Here we can choose public or internal, or it might be GDPR or a different type of data security level. So we can mass assign this to fields as well, and we can mark them as a deprecation candidate, active, or hidden. And then we can define the compliance categorization here. So these 3 fields are actually Salesforce standard fields. So if you need to customize the values, you can do this from setup. There's a handy little search bar here on the left. You can have up to 1,000 fields on an object, so this will allow you to very quickly find the field that you are looking for. So there's a little bit of effort there in updating your descriptions and help text, but once it's done, the value is that you can then produce user-specific data dictionaries. So what I mean by that is here we're looking at the finance profile, which has access to 13 of the 36 fields on the account object. But if we were to assign the view all accounts permission set and click go, we can see that number jump up to 33 of the 36 fields. This is because it's now a combination of the finance profile and the permission set that give you access to different fields on the object. So a lot of the time as a system administrator, you might find that users are contacting you, asking you what fields do. So one of the most powerful things about the data dictionary is that we can create user-specific data dictionaries. In order to create the dictionary, we want to select a profile and the permission sets that would be assigned to the user. For this example, we will just continue using the finance profile and the view all accounts permission set, as this is a demo org and the majority of the help text isn't going to be populated. Then we press the select object for export button and choose what we want to show up in the export. So for this one, I'm just going to select help text, as this is for the user and they don't need to see any of this other stuff. Then we can choose which objects we want to create the data dictionary for. I'll select some standard Salesforce objects like account, case, lead, and opportunity. And then we click the export to Excel button. Here, once we've got the export open, we can see we've got our help text. Unfortunately, there's not really any here because this is a demo org, but down the bottom, you can see the different objects that we selected, and the help text will be populated here for these selected objects. And another great benefit is that if you've updated the description and help text, you can then run this as a system administrator, and it will document all the fields within your org, and then you can upload it to a corporate document management system if that's what you need. And it's also useful for system administrators to look at the actual fields within Salesforce to know what it's meant to do. And that concludes this help and training video on the Data Dictionary tab. Thank you for watching.